How's it going, everyone? So welcome to Double Pebble. Now today we will be discussing a little bit about opponents that uses sweeper formation and how to overcome them. Now I know a lot of people are frustrated by opponents when they use sweeper formation because it is so difficult to break down, and so am I at the start when I had problems defeating or beating opponents with a sweeper formation. However, after a lot of experimentation, I finally found a method that can consistently overcome a sweeper formation. I'm not saying that you will win 100% because it still depends on your own skill, and I don't win 100% of my games, but it's going to increase your efficiency and your effectiveness when you play against them. Alright, now just a little bit of concept. The most important weakness of a sweeper formation, as I've said many times, is that your wingers will never get offside because the sweepers will always play the wingers onside. And the second weakness is that the defenders other than the sweeper, meaning your center backs and your full backs, will press forward aggressively and destroy their own defensive line, which means to say that against a sweeper formation, it is very difficult for you to be offside, and you have to take advantage of this and use it to beat this opponent. Alright, so I've prepared two games, highlights of course, not the full game, if not you guys will fall asleep. So highlights of two games. One is against an opponent that uses 4 defenders, okay, with 1 sweeper. Basically 4 defenders and one of them the sweeper. Another one is against 5 defenders, and then one of them is a sweeper. So we are gonna see how to overcome a defensive sweeper system and a very defensive sweeper system. Right, so let's now go into the highlights of the first game and I'll walk you guys through. Okay, now so this is my first opponent. So he's a Tavo Gomez 001. As you can see here, he is using a 4 defender system. One of them is a sweeper. Okay, so this is not as defensive as my second highlight, but nonetheless it's difficult to break down if you go too central. Right, so the key concept here is to utilize the wings and cross, and then to use long shots, obviously. So these are the main 2 things that I will be using when I play against a sweeper formation. Okay, crosses and long shots. So I actually consider an early goal here. My micer makes a mistake, and then I consider a really early goal that causes me a lot of problems. So a lot of people might be disheartened when you concede against a sweeper formation, but not to worry. So as you can see here, this is the next attacking highlight. So once I win the ball back, okay, I launches the ball forward. Okay, so now let's bring this back a little bit. As you can see, when the opponent attacks, right, and when they press too much, okay, if you look at the radar over here, you will see that there is actually only 1 defender right here, okay, at the back. Everyone else has pushed forward. I don't know what strategy he uses, but when he attacks, he only leaves 1 person at the back. So as soon as I win the ball right here, as you can see, boom, once my PK wins the ball, I will look at the radar. Now you guys, for those who don't know, right, the radar is an extremely useful tool to help you during your game. Okay, so if you have not been looking at the radar when you're playing, it's a good time to learn to look at the radar when you pick your passes. So as soon as I win the ball, if you look at the radar, I've got a striker over here that is 1 against 1 against the defender, and I know that my striker will definitely be faster than a defender, and that is why I passes it quickly forward. And then you can see here, my drop bar gets the ball. My Ronaldo is already starting his run against the defender. I think it's a Ramos over here. He's quite quick, but my Ronaldo is quicker. So once I make a through ball to Ronaldo right here, okay, it's a foot race against Ramos already. So obviously my Ronaldo is gonna win the foot race, okay, and then I passed it back to Drogba, and then he goes on to shoot, misses, but Iniesta with the rebound. Now this is one of a good way to play against a sweeper formation, because when against a sweeper formation, the defenders have no discipline whatsoever. They are going to push forward relentlessly, and that is why sometimes they are left with one defender at the back, two defenders at the back, and it's easy to capitalize on that. Okay, so that is one strategy to play it fast, and of course to look at your radar. Now once again I win the ball back. My Iniesta is on the ball now. My Maicon makes a good turn, passes to Gerrard. Okay, now I go to the wing. Okay, as you can see here, I go to the wing, I crosses it, and it's very nearly a goal. So let's just bring it back a little bit here. So once again, you see, once my Gerrard gets the ball, okay, look at the radar. You will see, or you can look at the field in this case. Since you can see, we see Robben open. There's no defender, okay, closing him down. So he makes a pass. There's still nobody closing him down, and here it's all about the crosses. Okay, Drogba is unmarked over here. Okay, and then Ronaldo is too far. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross to Drogba. As you can see here, boom, very close there. So that is the main strategy that we'll use. We'll see again Marcelo to Gerrard and Drogba. Okay, I'm gonna lure him to come here. Okay, if you guys saw it, this is the main weakness of a sweeper formation. Look, I've got Robben over here. He's got a defender marking my Robben. Okay, but because of the sweeper over here, my Robben is never gonna be offside once he runs beyond the fullback. So I'm trying to get Robben to run. I'm pressing a lot of Q to get him to run. So once he makes a run, I passes to Gerrard, high throws it to Robben. Robben is clear already. At this point, I choose to cross it. Ronaldo, boom, go. Okay, so this is one of the big strategy that I always use. Your wingers will never be offside, and you want to use it to your advantage. Okay, we'll see a lot more of this during the game. Marcelo wins the ball, boom. Now this is the main thing that I want to show you guys. When my Marcelo wins the ball, right here, okay, right here, at this point I spam Q so that I'm trying to get my 3 front players to run. Now note that I can't see any of them in my screen right now, so I'm purely relying on my radar. After I spam Q, I want you to keep your eye on Robben over at the left wing over here. Just keep an eye on him, okay? So as I win the ball and as I spam Q, my Robben is starting to make a run here. He's starting to make a run, and he is right here. He passes the defender, as you can see over here. He passes the defender, and he will not be offside because of the sweeper over here. And we have a small window of this length that my Robben will not be offside, and that is why once here, boom, I pass a through ball and Robben is clear, and that is when I cross, boom. Okay, for those who are asking for my crossing guide, I just talk a little bit about my crossing here. I will probably do a detailed crossing guide somewhere down the line, but here, okay, as my Robben is making a run right here, as my Robben is making a run just before he makes contact, as he's making the run, I'm looking at the center of the field, and you can see that there is 2 persons in the box. So I've got Ronaldo here, and I've got Drogba coming. Obviously, Ronaldo is marked by, I think this is David Luiz, I'm not sure. Drogba is on rushing and he's unmarked. As you know, when you are on rushing and when you are jumping, you get more power and more height, and that's why I choose to cross the ball to Drogba. As you can see, boom, okay, and then he hits the ball into the back of the net. So once again, we exploited the weakness of the sweeper formation. Okay, so again, I win the ball. Ramos quickly launches it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo centers the ball to Iniesta here. Look, once again, my Ronaldo is open. Because of this sweeper and this defender, this guy will never be offside. So I just lure them a little bit more. Passes to Ronaldo, he won't be offside. Crosses the ball, boom, header, goal. And there is 3 headed goals, 3 crosses in one game. Okay, so that is the big advantage, big weakness for sweeper formation, and I always use this to my advantage. Okay, once again, I get the ball. This time I passes it to Gerrard. Now look again, I'm probably gonna stop pausing anymore. Okay, so again, once I get the ball, Robin starts to make a run. See, now here Robin starts to make a run, the fullback is sucked in, the sweeper is playing everybody onside, and my Robin is never gonna be offside, so I just cross it, drop bar, misses the header, and that was a very good chance. Okay, although I didn't score, but it was very good chance. Okay, once again, Gerrard now go to Robin, beat your man. Now how to beat your man is really up to you. You know, I like to use the scoop turn to beat my man. I like to use the 1-2s to beat my man. I use these two a lot, the scoop turn and the 1-2. So here get space, cross, hit. Again, drop bar, cross to the side, get some space. Okay, and here I turn my man, get some space, hit, cross. Okay, so this is the main concept. Now let's go on to the second game. Now this is against Slam Table, who is not weak by any stretch of the imagination. He's got a monster team. You guys can pause the video and just look at his team. Anyway, he's playing 5 defenders, and with 1 sweeper and a CDM. So this is very defensive. It's going to be difficult to break it down. So here I launches the ball up quick, and then I got Villa over here, got Drogba, and then got Iniesta, and then it goes to Gerrard, Gerrard goes to Robin. Now Robin right here, I'm trying to get some space to cross, but obviously he's marking me tightly and his players are fast, so it's difficult to get some space. I do the scoop turn, and I cross it. Boom, very nearly, it was off the line. Okay, so learn to beat your man. I like to use the scoop turn. It's up to you what you want to use. So I launch the ball quick again. Now this is the part that I want to point out to you guys as well. You know, as soon as my Buffon launches the ball to Iniesta, you see a lot of space in front of you. The tendency is to sprint forward, okay, and that is basically falling into the trap of your opponent, because when you sprint forward, you are running into the defender. What you want to do is to let the defenders run to you and leave space behind, which is what I'm doing here, because I don't sprint, I just jog over there, jog and jog and jog. Now keep your eye on these 2 defenders. I'm trying to lure them to come forward, to leave space behind. So boom, 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 both of them come towards me, and I passes the ball to Villa, 1-2, and then I've got Iniesta in loads of space. He can shoot here, falls to drop bar, scores. Okay, so when you play against a sweeper formation, in fact when you play against any kind of opposition, you want to be patient and avoid sprinting too much. Okay, because you want to draw out your defenders to leave space behind. Okay, so this is another build up. So I've got a drop bar. So drop bar turns his man, crosses to Villa, and then back to drop bar. Almost scored a goal here. Now let's just bring it back a little bit here. This is this is what I'm exactly the main weakness of a sweeper formation. Look, my drop bar is on the ball. He's got 4 defenders right here in a straight line, not exactly straight, but not too bad already. And then he's got 1 sweeper right here, which means to say that when my Villa runs, he will never be offside again because of this guy. So we utilize this. Look, he's beyond, my Villa is beyond the 4 defenders, but he's still onside. So I passes to him. At this point, I can shoot or I can cross, so I elected to cross back to Drogba, and Drogba has it. Close call, alright, to Casillas. So this is another weakness. As you can see many times already, you will never be offside and you need to use it to your advantage. So Robin, 1-2. I like to use this to beat my man a lot. 1-2. Okay, now obviously he's got 2 person marking me already, so it's difficult for me to cross, and I don't like to cross from too far out because it's a lot of luck involved, so I don't like to use that. I cut back in, I pass it to Villa, pass it to Iniesta, boom, go. Okay, so when you want to play the crossing game, you want to be smart about it as well. You don't want to really cross even though you are very near to the touch line, the side line over there. So you want to, sometimes you want to cut it in. So once again, I try to beat him. I run to this sweet spot. So for those who wants a little bit of crossing guide, crossing tip, I like to cross normally near this area. Okay, so I try to run as much as possible to this area here. Normally this is my sweet spot, and then I just cross it in, almost miss the header, and then we go back again. Robben, once again he tries to go in. I like to go in more, and I cross via good save by Casillas. Okay, so this is the strategy for you guys. Once again, I turn my man, I beat my man. It should be a penalty here, but the referee is not moved, so we'll move on from there. I actually considered a goal here, if I'm not wrong. Very nice long shot by Nathaniel Klein, so credits to him for scoring. Okay, so let's just so I win the ball back. I got Maicon now. Look where my Robben is now. So my Robben 1-2 again. Once again 1-2. Go to the wing, beat your man. Boom. Okay. The key thing here that I want to show is that you can use the 1-2 to beat the fullback and get into good crossing position a lot. And this is a good free kick. It's not common to score a lot of free kick. I included this in there because it's just so nice. I mean, it's so rare to score a nice free kick, but then this is one of the rare moments where you score a free kick, so I just included in there. So with that, I just like that's the end of my guide here. I just want to show you quickly the passes. I actually have much less passes compared to my opponent. That applies to my first game as well, which means to show that you really don't need a lot of passes in the game. You just have to be efficient with your possession. Okay, so with that, I would like to end this guide, and I hope that you guys find this helpful. Hopefully you guys will be able to win and overcome sweeper formations with more ease from now on. So try to practice your crosses and do your 1-2s, and don't forget to subscribe and like and share this video. And I hope you guys will comment, and I'll see you next time.